There's massive stuff happening in this video. We've got huge progress with our ice cream factory. We've finally got stuff over the line, and the Labour Party have come to see me to ask me what I think they should be doing if they get into government to help entrepreneurs and business owners soar to success. Stick around, let's go. Right, we're at the Rossi ice cream factory. It's a monumentous day because for the first time ever, we're making the product end to end from raw ingredients right through to the finished product. And we saw this as a great opportunity because there's a little boy called Oliver that wrote me this letter, and he just wanted to be a professional ice cream taster. He's 6 years old. His mum and him wrote into us and said, we'd love to come and try some new flavours at Rossi. I wanted my little boy, that's my son here, to see it first. So it's a massive day. It represents hundreds of thousands, millions of pounds worth of investment finally coming to fruition. I see it now. This is my little boy, Giovanni, and this is the man that we spend all the money with to buy all the machines. Look, and this is how they make it. That is really hot, and that's how they make the ice cream. They put butter and sugar and cream. You see that? That's white ice cream. So previous to this day, here's what we was doing with the ice cream. Imagine ice cream as a cake. We were just decorating the cake. We weren't making the sponge. And I wanted to make the whole cake to improve quality, really improve the margins on the product and get speed of product out the door, because when you're relying on other people to do parts of the process, you can get really delayed. Sort of investment in this room, which is about £250,000. So you put in your butter in here, you put in your milk in, your ingredients, the secret recipe at Rossi. It all gets pasteurised and homogenised. Goes through a cooling tower, runs along these long pipes down on the ceiling here, goes into aging vats for 24 hours before we make our delicious ice cream and get it out to all of our customers. Millions of pounds invested into this, finally over the line, and when production gets going, it really gets going. That's why you see all these cardboard boxes, because once everything starts, the speed of getting everything into the big freezer, you need to prep up, loads of prep, and because the ice cream doesn't take very long to make, it's the preparation doing all this behind me that takes so long. So happy to get it over the line. See all these pipes along the ceiling here, Oliver? They pump all the ice cream into each one of these different, they're called vats, they're like big mixing bowls. And it has to be left overnight to get it to a really cold temperature. Then it goes in the next machines along, and then that turns it into ice cream. But before it does that, it has to be pasteurised. Sounds a bit boring, but I'll show you what that is in a minute. Come on, we've made these specially made for you. Crazy thing for you, ice cream is very heavy. Sometimes if you're overweight on your vans and your delivery vehicles, you get in trouble with the police and the VOA. You're forced to buy lorries, because one of these things really can only carry about half a ton of weight in it, because maximum weight including the vehicle 3.5 tons. So you're forced to buy lorries. We just bought this lorry over here. You try and buy a lorry these days. I rang up Mercedes and I said, oh, I'd like to buy a 7.5 ton freezer ton lorry, blah blah blah. Get through the whole conversation. When can I have it? A 2-year wait at the moment for a brand new lorry, so you're forced to buy second hand. We had a choice of about 7 lorries that we could buy that could get down to temperature, because we need it to get down to -22. And we bought this. It's quite good, this lorry, because it can carry 3 tons of weight, so 7.5 ton in total. So we collected it this morning. It's not the greatest thing, because I'd much rather buy new, but I just haven't got a choice right now. We're going to get our team to sign write it and make it a fantastic marketing piece for the road, so that wherever you go, you'll know that that's a Rossi ice cream vehicle. I don't like to get political on my YouTube channel, but any PR's PR. The Labour Party came and said, hey James, can we come to the Rossi factory and ask you what you would like government to do to help business owners grow their business? So let's have a listen into that conversation. We're seeing a huge surge in rising costs of materials. Buying stuff is becoming very, very challenging. This just-in-time economy that we was used to is now no longer, and so we're having to buy bigger warehousing and bigger storaging to store our products, otherwise we can't make anything. Can't get new vans, can't get new lorries, can't get parts for equipment. We can't, recently I was told we can't buy new telephones. We've got a telephone system that all of our sites use, and we need that particular telephone. And 70% of the chips that make that telephone are made in the country that's still really getting lockdowns in COVID. So they've got the handsets with this one chip that makes it work, we can't get, and that's really challenging for us as a business. What do? Replace the phone system to something that is there. That's 100,000 investment, or wait 9 months to get new new phone. So they're the challenges that businesses of all sizes, small and large, are facing right now. And what is a massive effect on cash flow for businesses is stocking up. So where you would keep your cash flow fluid and you get stock the next day, what we're finding, certainly as an ice cream company, we're having to buy 50,000 of these pots, 2 years worth now. Then we're storing it. When you pay for storage, you've got more rent, more business rates, more space. That all costs money, and you've got to hold the stuff. And if you want to do a design change or change the ingredients, which you'd usually only have to think 6 months ahead of time, now we're thinking 2 years ahead of time. Lots of small businesses, SMEs, haven't got the cash flow to be able to do that stuff. So I really feel for SMEs in these situations, because I think it's bigger businesses that can weather that storm, because they've got more chance of getting stronger cash flow to get through these periods of uncertainty. Hope that answers the question.
That's brilliant. That's really fascinating.
We've got to get government to understand, whoever comes in, red or blue, or yellow or green, is we need to get experienced entrepreneurs and business owners on them front benches, telling business facts to the people that are making the decisions. We've got to get industry in there, we've got to cut red tape, and we've got to help them on turnover taxes in their first 5 years in business, so that we've got a chance. Because we, here in the UK, we are very, very lucky. We have a great legal system. We have fantastic transport networks, regardless of if you get stuck on the M25, but I've been around the world. Let me tell you, we have some great things in this country, and we are very lucky. We breed great entrepreneurs. We don't help them. And the world's becoming a smaller place, and so they can hop on a plane, they can go to Singapore, Australia, America much easier than they could have done 2 decades ago. The world gets smaller, so we've got to find ways of nurturing entrepreneurship, nurturing SMEs and helping them, and we can, and we're not doing that. Well, that's enough ice cream for one day, and I'm investing more at our other parks and businesses. We're now at Marsh Farm. I've got this train and I just want to make it look better. So let's go and talk about building a train station. Morning, gang. We put this in and then we really haven't done anything with it, and I can't stand it because it looks a pile of shit. And so I want to make it great. I want to sort out the queuing so it looks amazing. And then I brought Rob along because I thought, rather than us complicating this all with painting, we can just save the vectors on the computer when they need replacing, and all the detail we'll put on Fomex and then mount onto the board. I just want it to look better than this show that it is at the moment. That's what I want. We'll put like barrels here and mail bags, and that's so I want it to look like the Easter train, the Christmas train, the Halloween train. That's your mission should you choose to accept it. These pieces of paper will self-destruct in the next
What's the
century.
time frame on this train station?
Just got to Westfield here in London, and we're going to see Kidzania right now. They've got like a big indoor theme park, and we're talking to them about Rossi opportunities. There's some really exciting stuff we're doing here. So come on, let's go. We're in Westfield, still recording, and they'll bring the camera police out quickly. So if we rush the scene, ladies and gents, that's because we're being told off for filming. We're in Westfield because we're seeing Kidzania, but also I wanted to see their food court, because for our offering for Rossi Parlours / bakeries, a facility that we're going to put together to see if we can see what's popular here, how they're doing the layout, how operations work, how good the customer service is. So I'm just going around trying ice creams and food. My favourite thing to do, see what the pricing is like. Oh my God, it's so expensive up here. The reason I'm doing this, because yesterday I had a board meeting and I looked at the margins we're making on direct to consumer, what we're making on our wholesale stuff. We've got to get more direct to consumer stuff within Rossi. Yes, we've got ice cream vans, yes, we're doing events, but I want some more permanent locations where every day we've got a trickle of good margin cash flow coming into the business. So let's have a look around and see what we can find. Had a look at the prices on that one. £7.45 for a slice of cake, not too big either. £4.50 for a single scoop of ice cream. You can get away with that in West London, don't you? And this slice of cake, £6.85 for a chocolate eclair.
What, just right
£6.85, yeah.
You're joking me.
£6.85. By the way, gang, this is Nigel, who's become our new business development sales director for Rossi Ice Cream. And he's the man that's made this sort of happen. So let's see if we can get it over the line.
Absolutely.
Gang, this is my warehouse, and around me you'll see hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of stock. In fact, I've also got £1 million worth of stock on ships on the water coming into the country. We all know the craziness about getting stuff into the UK right now. I want to build up my stocks to have sort of 2 or 3 million because I'm selling so much stuff and I want to be able to get stuff out for better customer service. But you'll probably think, well, how do you fund 2 or 3 million pounds worth of stock? How do you even get to that stage? Well, I've created Business Masterclass. It's a 2-day event in London. It's a meet-up event for entrepreneurs, people that watch my YouTube channel. Ticket's only a few £100, but I'm going to teach you the very process, how I started this business from scratch with no money, and how I started all my other companies, how I bought companies, how I build teams, how I raise finance, all of that good stuff. And so I'd love you to join me at Business Masterclass, where I'll show you all of that stuff. So you can buy your tickets at jamessinclairbmc.net. That's this website here, or there's a link in the video description. I'll see you in London for 2 days at Business Masterclass. Get your tickets now because it will sell out. See you there.